Alright, everyone. Well, I finally got the audio system fixed. It's all good and working. I'll have a video coming out later. I did take it out on the highway, took it for a test. And so hopefully that gives everybody understanding of how it sounds on the highway. Although they got the audio system fixed and they got the Bluetooth, not the Bluetooth, the USB ports fixed. What it ended up being is exactly what you guys, a few of you told me in the comments, and that it was the fuse. Thing is that I just didn't have another fuse to use. The actual entire fuse was out, so I would have had to run and get a similar sized or powered fuse chip to put in that fuse, because that's what they ended up having to do, is just replace it. And not only that though, instead of doing it myself, everything's still under warranty, so I wanted to take it back to the dealership, let them experience it, let them put it in their books and pen, whatnot, so that if it does happen again or something even bigger happens, they know about it, they know exactly where to start and what to do. And that's just the thing. They were totally clueless. Now, I feel like your dealership shouldn't be entirely clueless on a full, brand that they, and model that they actually sell, monthly. They are a certified Can-Am dealership. However, from what I've seen there, the place is called Harley Davidson and Can-Am and Suzuki, and the ands are very, very far distant. Their entire dealership is orange and black, Harley colors, all the signs in there are Harley, the table in the waiting room is Harley, even the sofas were Harley. The stools are Harley, everything is Harley, and so I feel like the Can-Am's just kind of we do this to make extra money, but you have issues with them, sorry, you're gonna have to wait, and we'll get to those at some point. We got Harleys to do. I feel like that's their whole kind of thing. I could be wrong on that and just be stereotypical or whatever, but they had no clue. This is the first audio system that they've supposedly sold on a Ryker, and so it was the first one they've ever messed with or fixed up. They had no clue where to start. They basically told me after 3 hours of waiting that they were going to have to replace this, and they were looking to reschedule me again. So I almost had to wait an entire another 3 weeks to a month just to come in again, and that would have been nine weeks or almost 3 months total that I've just been waiting to get this simple thing fixed. And I pretty much was hinting at them the entire way, like, I think it's just a blown chip, guys, or fuse. You just need to replace the fuse. And so they were going to put on an entire new audio system. The service manager was taking care of me, so that was good. And I think he just could tell the despair in my voice, and I pretty much was just saying, like, this is just great. I gotta wait again. I just want this thing to be fixed and that kind of stuff. And I think he heard it in me, so he was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and do this for you still yet today. It's like, it's 3 hours till close of shop. He's like, we'll have somebody take you back home. Sorry you've been waiting this whole time. He'll take you back home when we get done with it. We'll send him out and bring you back. And then, so the guy takes me home. I get home and I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks for dropping me off. See you soon. And I let my dogs out. And as soon as I let my dogs out, doorbell rings and he comes to the back of my house and he goes, you know what, Nate? He's like, hey, they just called from the shop. He's like, they got it fixed. Turns out it was just a bad fuse. They just replaced the fuse and everything's up and going again. So let's head on back. I'm like, great. That's pretty much what I've been telling you guys this whole time. The thing that tipped them off, so that any of you get this and the same thing happens again, and and you know, it is just a blown fuse. Let them know that straight up. Hey, you know, this has happened and stuff. If you want it fixed sooner, like I said, I strictly wanted them to figure out what the issue was themselves, so that they could have this under their belt and be able to take care of other people, you know, quicker in the future and things like that, which now they can. But what tipped them off is, before the guy took me home, I said, well, yeah, you know, they're like, yeah, we'll replace the audio system. And I go, okay, well, if it was an issue internally with the audio system, how does that explain or affect the 2 USB ports? Because these USB ports are not part of the audio system, guys. The 2 USB ports is nothing fancy with my Ryker. That comes on all default Rykers, whether it be the 600 or the 900, doesn't matter. You are always getting 2 USB ports with your Can-Am Ryker, no matter how you get it. If those are not there, you need to call BRP and tell them somebody screwed up in headquarters, because these are supposed to be here. So I was like, how does that explain why my 2 USB ports aren't working? Like, and he goes, the USB ports aren't working? And I'm like, no. Like, doesn't anybody check this stuff? Like, it's the same. The audio system and the USB ports, it's run through the auxiliary. Like, I don't... You think somebody would have, like, thought of that, like, oh, this isn't working, like, is this working? Because that's what I did. That's how I found out my USB thing wasn't working. I'm like, yeah, I still get power through this, right? And it was like, no, I don't. Holy smokes. So I don't know, man. You know, 3 hours with it. What did they do? What did they do with the 3 hours? So I don't know. But yeah, I tipped him off about that, and as soon as I came back and the guy gave me a rundown of it, he's like, just first off, thank you for telling me about the USB ports. So he let me know all about it. He said he has no clue still how this went out and how that fuse completely blew on me. He tested everything out again with the new fuse chip. Tested out, you know, the power coming from the USB ports in the system and the fuse, and tested all currents, and he's like, yeah, it's giving out the right current and everything. Like, you know, he's like, there's no nothing's like overextending the power from the auxiliary fuse or the battery in any sort of way. So it's still a mystery how it went out, but he said next time it happens, just bring it in, and they'll know exactly where to start now, and then they'll run more tests and stuff like that. He said possibly could be like a wire, like in that runs through there or something got snagged and that kind of stuff. You know, when you turn the handlebars and things like that, there's a lot of wires here that it's turning. So he thought maybe something like that, but he said he turned the handlebars, you know, to the fullest several times. He jumped up and down, you know, bounced the thing, you know, rocked it back and forth, and nothing really gave a clue as to, you know, anything being tight or wound up or caught or anything like that. So it's all good, guys. But yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and share all that stuff with you, as well as the information of how the dealership treated me and how they did everything and things like that. The other cool thing, which kind of makes up for the dealership being all bleh and stuff, is that they actually did give me the passenger backrest. But the thing with this, they told me that the backrest, after telling them about it, that I was supposed to have that and I just had to come pick it up, they said, and he showed me the order on the computer. He showed my my original purchase list of everything included and stuff. And so it said on the order, passenger kit, passenger seat kit, which would be like this whole thing, this whole seat, and then there was like the mount kit, which is this. And so there were 2 kits, and that was it. There was nothing about a backrest. And so he told me I had this option, which is the tallest and the best. He said that's $300. So he said that's, if you want something like that down the line, that's $300. And then there was a smaller one that came up to, it had like a max height of this. It's not really a backrest. It's more like a lumbar support, kind of like for the back of your waist or whatnot. And that doesn't fold down or anything. It just sticks straight up on the back. And so, but yeah, he said this was $300. I went, no, I don't want to. I said, I don't want to pay any extra money. I said, so there was no backrest in the order then? He goes, no. I go, okay. And then he goes, do you remember who sold you the bike? Was it this guy, that guy? I was like, it is this guy. He's like, okay, I'll try to track him down. So he went up front. He was going to bring him back to basically just make sure like all 3 of us were on the same page of what happened and what went wrong. And then all of a sudden, like minutes go by again. Like again, how long does it take to flag down a guy? These guys, it was a busy day, I would say, but it didn't really look like people were really doing much. There was quite a bit of chatter and stuff like that too, so I don't know what was going on. But he comes back and he basically goes, okay, Nate, you know what? He's like, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that $300 backrest onto the bike for you, and we're just going to call it good. I went, okay. Anyway, he said, further explanation, he just said there's too much, like, he said this and that, and it's just, there's too much going on up front and stuff that is just like, all right, they took care of me on it. So I really appreciate that. I like it, I love it so far. It just flips up. It doesn't click into place or anything like that. It's kind of got a little bit of a, yeah, right there it clips so that it doesn't, there's, I can't just hit it and it falls, there's some, tightness to it. But basically you just have it up and then passenger sits there and then it can't go back any further. It does not go back any further. So, and then when you're done with it, you just, and then it sits like that. And I mean, it is pretty heavy. Yeah, it's pretty heavy and takes a bunch to throw it back, but I just kind of wonder if somehow wind could hit it behind me and throw it up or something, or wind hits it from the side and throws it back. I don't know. I guess if it's that windy though, you should probably get off the road. But yeah. And then of course it's just attached to the seat back here. So it's still attached to the seat. So this is the mount. So it's attached to the seat. So you could just pull the seat off. When you pull the seat off, it'll pull this and everything off so that you can put on your storage bin and all that, all the other mount stuff that Can-Am makes. So yeah, all right, this is long enough for this video, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Continue to watch my videos. Like I said, I've got the highway test with the audio system, max volume and tests and stuff like that coming. So check out that video too. Otherwise, more videos to come. So talk to you later, guys. Peace.